All right. Well, welcome back. We had a pretty entertaining wild card weekend. Out of my entire time ever watching football, this was probably a top 3 most entertaining wild card weekend. There was not one bad game to me. Each one was just really entertaining. And going into it, I really didn't think that any of them were going to be entertaining. But they were just action-packed, a lot of scoring, big plays. It was great. So, obviously this video is going to be a little bit shorter, less games to go over. And yeah, I'm not going to go crazy in depth, take 10 minutes on each team or anything like that, but let's just get into it. We back. Luckily, I'm not swollen, so I can still, do the face cam, which is good. So let's go with the first game. On Saturday, we had the Seahawks and the 49ers. I was a little skeptical, but I had the 49ers winning. Pretty sure a lot of people did. And I was really glad that the 49ers won because I didn't want to see, obviously, the Seahawks progress into the playoffs. So it took a little bit of time for the 49ers to kind of get going. But once they got going, they just couldn't stop. Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, obviously Brock Purdy. The defense was playing great. There was a lot of plays, like big playmakers. Like the stars on the 49ers stepped up. As you can see here, 505 yards. Typically, you want to have at least 350. They got 500, so they were just balling out. The Seahawks defense, zero pressure. Brock Purdy had all the time in the world, absolutely no pressure. He had plenty of time in the pocket. Easy throws, simple plays, consistent. Consistently moving the ball. As you can see here, the 49ers had more time, less penalties, no turnovers, more sacks, more yards, more passing yards, more rushing yards. They dominated, First half, the Seahawks had a good game plan going in. Like I said, the 49ers, they came out slow. They didn't come out trash. They just came out slow. The Seahawks, they were just balling out in the first half, but second half, the 49ers made huge adjustments. Seahawks were not prepared for it. Score speaks for itself. Hopefully, this little Geno Smith bandwagon comes to an end. He's always been this caliber of quarterback. He's always been backup-esque. This season, he just had a lot of momentum, kind of playing with nothing to lose. So, obviously, when you play recklessly good, you're going to have a good season. Next season, he's not going to have this because people are going to prepare for him. They know how he's going to play. Obviously, they're going to give him another contract. I'm not sure if he was on contract year anyway, but I think he was actually. Kind of sucks that Drew Lock is not going to get his chance. But if the Seahawks want to ride with Geno Smith, let him, because he's not going to take them anywhere. So let him keep riding with them. Let him let the Seahawks just make bad decisions continuously. So I'm off for Geno Smith starting for next year. But huge win for the 49ers. I will tell you though, DK Metcalf, they could not stop him. The 49ers have problems with the secondary. It's weak. When they go up against high-level receivers, they could not stop DK Metcalf. One thing to look out for. Was this not... This was the best wild card game out of the whole weekend. If you don't think so, whatever. So this game speaks for itself. 27 points in the first half. What a lot of people don't understand, the Chargers choke more than the Falcons. The Falcons choke a lot of games. The Falcons choke big games, like obviously the Super Bowl. They choke big leads consistently. Chargers choke big games. That's what the Chargers are known for. They choke big games. Falcons choke. You know what I mean? But the Chargers always choke big games. And there was a small, going into the end of the first half, when they were at 27-7, I was like, I have a feeling, not a huge feeling, I was giving them like a 10% chance for the Jaguars to come back and win. I was like, you know what? I've seen this before. Too many times from the Chargers. The Chargers, to me, I don't like the Chargers. I don't like anyone in the AFC West. Everyone's a rival. But the Chiefs and the Raiders are so much more I hate than the Chargers. The Chargers I don't really care about too much. I hate them obviously, but I'm not a huge hater on them compared to the Raiders and the Chiefs. Reason being, the Chargers have never been a threat. We always beat them with, it doesn't matter how trash our roster is, how many injuries we've had, we somehow can always beat the Chargers. So it's one of those things, I've seen this happen so many times for the Broncos. The Broncos beat the Chargers this type of way consistently. So I've seen this happen so many times. So when the Jaguars were in this situation, I was, I had that little thing in the back of my head that was like, you know what? I think they can pull this off. Not a huge, I gave them maybe a 10, 15% chance. But there was that little chance, because like I said, I've seen this happen countless times. Whether Trevor Lawrence was going to be able to do it, not sure. But, horrible adjustments. What is going on here? You're messing this up. What are you doing? What is this? Thank you. Can you not? Appreciate it. But yeah, horrible first half for Trevor Lawrence. Four picks. You can't do that. 4 picks, you lose a game. The chances the Jaguars winning with 4 interceptions, not turnovers, interceptions, that loses a game on its own. When you have, what was it? They had 5 turnovers. You have 5 turnovers and you win the game. That's incredible. That just proves how horrible the coaching staff is for the Chargers. Brandon Staley has always been overrated. I mean, it's like he's just toying with the offense. He doesn't take his job not seriously, but he doesn't utilize his players to their strengths. If I'm running the Chargers offense, I'm running like a spread offense, shotgun, most of the time. Justin Herbert, he can run. He can get those little, quick, easy yards. Obviously, Austin Eckler is going to get those chunk plays. Kind of like how Melvin Gordon used to do in his prime, get 3 or 4 yards every play, every single play. And, you have Keenan Allen, short plays, throw it up to Mike Williams, have a big body tight end. I mean, it's a simple offense to run if you're the Chargers. And the Brandon Staley just completely, he just can't do that. Reckless second half play calling. Defense played horrible. Jaguars just stepped up, made huge adjustments, came up big. Playmakers on the Jaguars, they came to play. I'm proud of Evan Ingram. You know what I mean? I'm one of the hugest Evan Ingram haters. But these last 3 weeks, where the team needed him most, he stepped up and is making plays. So, as much as I hate to say it, I'm really proud of Evan Ingram for what he's been doing this last couple weeks. Because he's been putting in work, clutch, scoring touchdowns. You know what I mean? So, I wish he did that when Daniel Jones, was his quarterback. That would have been pretty cool. But proud of him. I don't know how to say his name, but Travis, whatever, he did pretty good. They shut down Austin Eckler. A big reason why the Chargers lost this game as well, because, he's like the point guard. The offense runs through him. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence, look at the second half, though, dude. 4 touchdowns, probably most of those yards. Huge. Justin Herbert, you throw 25 times and you only get 273 yards. Well, they played pretty similar in terms of yards, but, what people don't understand, Justin Herbert doesn't get a lot of touchdowns. He doesn't score a lot. Like I said, the offense runs through Austin Eckler. But huge L for the Chargers. 5 more minutes of possession time. Huge L. Most entertaining one. I actually fell asleep at the end of the first half. Woke up halfway into the third. And I was like, okay, they're kind of catching up. By the end of the game, crazy. Let's go on to Sunday. I believe the first game on Sunday was it I think it was the Dolphins and the Bills. This game was a lot closer than it needed to be. Very disappointed in the Bills. I don't even want to count this as a win for them, because this was it was just sloppy. Just bad football. Skylar Thompson was, you can't even put the blame on him, because he's like the 4th string quarterback, if I'm not mistaken. 3rd or 4th string quarterback. Starting against the high-powered Bills. Josh Allen is reckless. He has, early in the season, he was making a way for MVP. At the end, towards the second half of the season, I'm not giving him MVP. Josh Allen doesn't deserve MVP. He doesn't even deserve to be top 3 in the MVP, in my opinion. He has so many turnovers, just bad turnovers, and just being reckless with the football. And I just don't like how he's played the second half of the season. I don't have a lot of confidence in him going, into this next upcoming game. Maybe he'll prove me wrong. I don't know. But I feel like if his receivers don't play a good game, Josh Allen can't carry the team. At least for this particular season. Because, he's just turning the ball over way too much. And I don't know. I don't have the Bills winning the Super Bowl this year due to that reason. These AFC defenses, when they get turnovers, their offenses are going to be able to capitalize. He threw 2 picks. Skylar Thompson was able to take advantage of, a couple of them. I think they scored both times. Yeah, they scored both times off of Josh Allen's picks. That's what got him back in the game. But yeah, this game, it shouldn't have been close. At all. Came down to the wire. But, it's hard for me to say that the Bills are going to win the Super Bowl. Yeah, this was one bad game. You can't have a bad game in the playoffs, though. Once you have a bad game, your season's over. You can't have a bad game in the playoffs. As you can see here, Buffalo had more first downs, more possession time, 4 turnovers, though, which is huge. No, hold on, wait a sec. I'm tripping. I'm confused. Well, either way, I don't really know how the turnovers are here. The Dolphins' defense was playing really good, obviously. But, the offense, injured offense. The offensive line's injured for the Dolphins. Obviously, Tua's not back there. Obviously, what's his name wasn't back there? Mike Glennon? Is he the backup? I don't even know if he's the backup. Whoever the backup was. Teddy Bridgewater, he's hurt, obviously. All these quarterbacks, they were playing with crumbs, and they almost beat the Bills. Pretty disappointed in the Bills, like I said. Not a good dub, And to me, this is the upset, obviously, of the week. You already know what I'm going to say. Daniel Jones. Where are the haters at? I need to hear the haters. Daniel Jones. Last season, I was calling him trash. Little did I know that it was a coaching problem. Let me tell you. Give the Giants, any bit of offensive weapons to help Daniel Jones out. This is a Super Bowl winning team. Give him a star receiver. Give him a good tight end. Not a star tight end, just a good tight end. This is a potential Super Bowl team. That's how good Daniel Jones is playing. Daniel Jones has been playing so underrated for a couple of things that people don't even see. He is getting crucial first downs consistently with his legs, running for first downs. He's a big quarterback. People don't realize Daniel Jones is a tall, muscled type of quarterback. He's not like a buff quarterback, but he's a solid build. And, It's insane. Daniel Jones is the truth. I mean, talk about a leap last season to this season. His preparation, the way he got stronger, better at throwing. He literally improved every skill that he needs in one offseason. And look how he's playing. If he does that again in this next offseason, like I said, add a star receiver, add a good tight end, he might be MVP talk. For real. He's running. He's a better runner, I think, low-key, than Josh Allen. Obviously, you know, Daniel Jones isn't going to be hurdling dudes. But he's a smarter runner than Josh Allen. Josh Allen is just he's just a big-ass quarterback. 6'5", probably 250. He's just going to truck over your linebacker. Daniel Jones is going to get the first down. Keep the chains moving. You know what I mean? Both good. Not going to hate on Josh Allen's running. But realistically, I would prefer the smarter running with Daniel Jones. Plus, you're the franchise guy. You know what I mean? Less hits. But yeah. Look at the first downs. 28 first downs. Better on third down. 2 for 2 on fourth. More rushing yards. More passing yards. Almost 500 yards against the Vikings. I'm just like, they only punted twice. 7 more minutes of possession time. The Vikings all season were winning close games. All the one possession scores or whatever, they were winning those games. But this one, I wasn't surprised that the Giants won, but I was like, dang, you know what I mean? Like, he did it. They did it. Huge win for the Giants. Extremely huge L for the Vikings. That was bad. Next we have the Ravens and the Bengals Sunday night game. Lamar Jackson plays, they win this game. No doubt. The Bengals had a horrible game. The offense couldn't get going really. Defense was playing pretty bad. Easily, Lamar plays, they win this game. A healthy Lamar Jackson against the Bengals this game. The Ravens win probably by two scores at least. Tyler Huntley couldn't, clutch up when they really needed him. J.K. Dobbins, why he doesn't get more carries, he has a right to be mad in the locker room after the game. I don't know why they even give it to Gus Edwards. It makes no sense. He doesn't need the ball. Gus Edwards isn't better than J.K. Dobbins. But apparently he is to the coaching staff. Ravens had no receivers this game except for Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews was getting double teamed, so he couldn't really be a big part of the game. Tyler Huntley obviously, couldn't clutch up. But the Ravens defense, they balled out. They really did. As you can see here by the box stats, though, pretty one-sided when it comes to just how the things unfolded. Well, not really, actually. They actually almost won this game. You take out that 98 yard fumble return. This game might be different. You know what I mean? The Ravens might have won. Maybe. This game was just weird. It was a very bland, boring game. A lot of teams couldn't really get going, and then one big play changed everything. I wasn't a fan of this game. It was entertaining, but it wasn't. I don't know. I didn't like this game being Sunday night, I guess. But I don't know. Not a lot to go over with this one as much as you would think. Just pay Lamar. Give him a receiver. They'll be back. Next, we'll go to the Monday night game. And let me tell you, this one surprised me. It did. Cowboys played the perfect game. Dominated. Efficient. Defense balled out. I mean, the run game for the Bucs, I knew was the worst. They're the worst in the league. I was like, you know what? It's the playoffs. Maybe they're saving the best for last. They found out real quick they weren't going to be running against the Cowboys. They found that out real quick. Tell me why you have to have Tom Brady throw the ball 66 times. Twice as many times as Dak Prescott. He threw it 66 times. Unbelievable. Dak Prescott played incredible. 4 touchdowns, ran it in for a touchdown, perfect passer rating, super efficient. He was about, 70, 75%? Pollard, did Zeke do anything this game? I don't think he did. Zeke was pretty non-existent this game. Pollard had some pretty nice runs. I mean, it was bad. Dalton Schultz, probably his best season as a tight end. Well, it's the only position he plays. Best season that he's had in his career, I think. I don't know how old he is. I don't know if he's like a mid-range, mid-20s. Not really sure. But he's pretty good. Pretty solid little route runner. Nice, soft hands. Good tight end. Julio Jones probably had his best game of the season. Pretty sad to see Julio Jones be so trash, the last 2 seasons, I remember him just being completely dominant, unstoppable. I'm not really sure what happened, I want to say this, the age, his speed got a little slower. I don't know. Kind of sucks to see the downfall of Julio Jones. When him and AB were 1-2, man, that was crazy. But you can see here, 10 more minutes, 11 more minutes of possession time. Those 4 missed extra points, though, that was something I've never seen before. That was pretty crazy, but yeah, it didn't. The fact that this game could have been even more, like 35-14, is what it should have been, which is crazy. It was this defense for the Cowboys. If they play like this, next game, then the next game, they're getting to the Super Bowl. But to have a completely dominant game like this, you have to do that again. If you don't, you're not going to win. But, man, seeing Tom Brady get destroyed like that brings a smile to my face. Really does. Huge, huge dub for the Cowboys. One of the biggest L's, I think, of Tom Brady's career. So, with this, we will just make this a little bit bigger here and bring me back. You can bring me back here, right in the middle. Saturday, we have some pretty good matchups for the divisional round. We got the Chiefs and the Jaguars. If the Chiefs and the Jaguars... Man, please don't be a horrible game. I'll be so mad if it is. Y'all already know who I'm riding with, unfortunately, but best believe I hope the Jaguars, I hope they win. If they win, I can just relax, watch the playoffs, not care who wins. Out of these 8 teams, just don't let it be the Chiefs. Please. That's all I'm asking. But yeah, y'all already know who I'm riding with, unfortunately. But hopefully Trevor Lawrence does not have that first half. Next we have the Giants and the Eagles. I do have the Eagles winning this game. But y'all know who I'm going to be going for. If Daniel Jones gets the dub, I do believe the 49ers will make it to the Super Bowl. If the Eagles win, it's going to be the Eagles or the 49ers, to me. But yeah, got the Eagles. Going for the Giants, though. Sunday, we got the Bills and the Bengals. Both teams played really bad. Almost lost games they should have easily won. Both teams actually almost got upset. If the Ravens and the Dolphins ended up winning those games, the Chiefs would go to the Super Bowl. But because the Bills and the Chiefs, the Bills and the Bengals, they have, the Chiefs don't have it completely easy. I think the Bills are going to win the game. They just have a better running offense, better receivers over cornerback ratio. I think they're just going to make more plays. I think their defense isn't as good as the Bengals, but yeah, I think this is going to be a close game. I do have the Bills, though. Am I surprised if the Bengals win? No. But I do have the Bills. Barely in a close game. And Sunday afternoon, not night, we have the Cowboys and the 49ers. So I do have the 49ers actually winning this game. It's strange. I've never had a situation where I'm going for both teams here. I really want both of these teams. Like, I wish that the Cowboys face the Eagles and the Giants face the 49ers. Or the Cowboys face the Giants and the 49ers face the Eagles. I think that would be a way more entertaining matchup than these two games. I do have the 49ers winning this by at least 10 points. Would I be surprised if the Cowboys win? Kind of. I have the Cowboys winning in like 20% chance. But should be an entertaining game, I think it's going to be an underrated game. And I think it's going to come down kind of to like who has the ball last. Or, like I said, 10 points. This game depends on Dak. Really does. If Dak plays great, Cowboys win. If he doesn't, they lose. Everyone's saying it's going to come up to Brock Purdy and the 49ers offense. I don't see that at all. If Dak plays good and the 49ers secondary plays bad, Cowboys win. That's the only way they win. And that's why I have them winning like at a 20-25% chance. But I do have the 49ers winning and making it to the conference championship. Hopefully everyone found last week's games pretty entertaining. Hopefully these games are also entertaining like last week. Hopefully there's no blowouts or boring games. There's only 4 of them, so. But yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this wild card recap and divisional round prediction. Next week, I'll go over these 4 games and go over the conference championship. And then, we're getting close. We're getting close to the end. Each video is going to be shorter than the last. So damn. Almost the end, unfortunately. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will see y'all next Friday for the next video. So, deuces.